Hello everyone, long time no see. It's been my first time back out in the art studio for goodness knows how long. It is freezing cold, oh my gosh, it's so cold. I just popped out to pick up some pastels because I'm doing a pastel parrot, and I thought I'll do a quick update because I haven't done a studio vlog for so long. I think the last time I did the vlog I was waiting on a health update, and so I've got a bit of news about that, and just a bit of a ramble, really quick, unplanned, a bit like yesterday's painting, ramble. So I just wanted to update you all really with what has been going on with me, where I've been, what's been happening, and I'm going to try and keep this as brief as I can because I know you're not here for my health updates, you're here for the art, but it is all part of me. My partner's in the kitchen pulling faces at me. I think he came down looking for me and noticed that I was up here. Anyway, yeah, where was I? Health update. Okay, so I had some weird symptoms going on that prompted me to go to the GP. Now, for those that haven't watched a previous health update video, I've been living with a chronic illness for the past 7 years. It's probably going on 8 years now. Called CRPS, which is a chronic nerve pain condition which has rendered me disabled to all intents and purposes. I mean, obviously I'm still here, but yeah, it's a horrible condition. And aside from having that, I was having some weird symptoms going on. I was having visual things going on. I became a bit unsteady on my feet. I got memory problems. I had tremors. My head was shaking and lots of weird, peculiar things. Anyway, I went to the GP about all the symptoms, and they did the usual questions and everything else, and he said he was going to refer me to the neurologist. Now, I'm no newbie when it comes to the neurologist because I've also got a neurological condition called cluster headaches, so I'm not new to the neurologist. Anyway, I've been waiting a year, been waiting a whole year for this neurologist appointment to come through. In the meantime, between waiting for the appointment, I had a letter from the hospital saying that my GP had referred me, and based on what I had told him, I absolutely needed to go in for an MRI. This was about 3 months into the waiting, and I read this letter and I was like, oh, that doesn't sound very good. Anyway, I waited a whole year, and then I got a letter to say that I had to go and have an MRI scan. Now, I was under the impression that it was going to be a CT scan, not an MRI scan. But anyway, travelled not too far, thank goodness, to a mobile CT stroke MRI machine. And I was in there all of 5 minutes and came out and just thought, right, I suppose I'll just wait for the results now. And kind of forgotten all about it, to be honest. And then about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I had to go and see the bladder doctor at the hospital because one of the things that's been going on is I lost control, not complete control of my bladder. What was happening is I've had insomnia for years and years and years now. I'll come back to that. But I was peeing all night, and I've never had a particularly weak bladder, but this was a new thing, and there was no fixing it. So I've been backwards and forwards, and I've been offered Botox injections into my bladder, and I've had all sorts of tests, including electrodes, and I won't go, definitely TMI, I won't go into all that. But the long and short of it was I have to go back every few months to check if the symptoms are responding to medications that they've given me. And I went back about a month and a half ago, and so I was just sitting there chatting to the, what are they called? Goodness me, bladder doctors. Nope, it's gone. It's gone, and that's another issue, forgetting silly things. Anyway, I'm going to call him the bladder doctor. It'll come back to me in a minute. He was asking me how I was responding to the meds and everything else, and my one concern with the medication was to know if I could stay on it long term, because obviously my illness is not going to go away. You know, it's here for life now. There's no cure. It's incurable. And I am slightly concerned about all the medication I'm taking, and this particular tab that he gave me for my bladder issue. Basically, I take one of these tablets at night time, about an hour before I go to bed. No drinks or anything after that. And it basically shuts my kidneys down so that my kidneys don't produce any urine, so I'm not waking up all night. And it's been great. It's been doing its job. It's been fine. But I was worried about long-term effects. So that was the one question I had. And I asked him, I said to him, you know, is this okay to take long-term? And he explained to me that the tablet that I'm on doesn't actually shut my kidneys down. It affects something in the brain, in the lower part of your brain, that is responsible for the kidneys producing the urine. And what it does is it affects whatever this is, this part of the brain. He did tell me, but I'm never going to remember that. It affects that part of the brain, stops the hormones or whatever it is from signalling the kidneys, you know, to make the urine. And when he said it, I said, I've just had a brain scan. Because it hadn't really been long at all since I'd had the brain scan. And he said to me, and obviously he's got my records up on his computer. So he went into my records, and I was just sitting there looking at him, and you can see him sort of looking at my records. And he said to me, yes, he said, I've got it here. So I said, have you? I said, because I haven't had the results yet. And he said, there's a space. They found a little space in your brain. And I said, what? And he said, there's a little space in your brain there. He said, I expect you'll get a letter or... And I just was like gobsmacked. I mean, not only should this doctor not have been telling me this, because he's a bladder doctor and not a neurologist, he shouldn't have really been looking at the results of that, and he certainly shouldn't really have told me that. So yeah, I was a little bit confused, worried, not worried at the same time. And the reason I say that is because I know for a fact that they were looking for MS when they did the CT scan. So I was expecting something to be found. I'm not sure I was expecting a space to be found, but yeah. Anyway, that's what's been happening with me. I still have had, to this day, no letter from the GP about this hole in my head, in my brain. As per usual, I'm using humour to deal with it, as I usually do. You know, when I start losing things and forgetting words, I just go, oh yeah, it's got in the hole in my brain. But yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. But I did say to my partner the other day, I need to make a doctor's appointment this coming week. Now, since COVID, all the appointments, a bit like gold dust, aren't they, trying to get an appointment with the doctor. So you have to ring them on the day that you want to go. And unfortunately for me, my CRPS, I think it's the cold weather, has really been affecting my foot badly. So driving's a little bit worrying at the moment. It's just one thing after another. I also had to go and do a Mercy mission to London to take my mum to a hospital appointment for various cameras, investigative work. She's had bowel cancer previously, and she's really worried, you know, about getting cancer again. It affected her really badly when she got the cancer. She was cancer-free, thank goodness, but she had some symptoms and nobody could take her, and I had to go from Wales to London. My partner drove because I couldn't, and we had to leave at 5 in the morning. If you saw the last painting that not the last painting, the painting before that, I was recording that at about 2 in the morning. I had to be up at 5. Earlier than that, because I had to get ready, obviously. But yeah, that's another story for another day. I'm definitely not going to go into that now. But it was a wasted journey and a very long day. Not my mum's fault, hospital's fault. And as you can imagine, I have no faith in hospitals because it was hospitals that caused my issue. So yeah, even less these days, especially walking around with a hole in my brain and not knowing what's going on. So yeah, that's what's been happening with me. That was a bit long-winded, wasn't it? I'll probably cut a lot of this out, editing. I only came out here, like I say, to pick up my boxes of pastels because I've got this lovely parrot to do. His name is Kevin. He is, I believe, an Amazonian green parrot. I've never done a parrot before, so that will be interesting. I've done a raven. That was watercolour, wasn't it? Yeah, that was watercolour. And obviously I'm usually pencils and things like that. It's been a while since I've picked up the pastels. I've been really into the watercolour lately. But it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice to get back to the pastels. And my lovely partner bought me a little table easel for my birthday. And I'm going to be filming the pastel drawing, painting, whatever you want to call it. The parrot, Kevin, I am going to be filming on that little easel. My daughter also bought me a new arm for my camera, so I'm hoping I can set it up all right and you will enjoy watching me painting Kevin the parrot. But until then, I hope you have been enjoying the watercolour paintings. I've been having a bit of a struggle which way to go with the channel. Shall I go with pastels? Shall I go? You probably saw the poll on the community post. I put a poll up and I think about 11 people answered it in the end. And surprisingly, pastels and pencils were the winner, followed by watercolour, followed by acrylics. I forgot to put oils on there. I should have put oils on there as well. But anyway, so pastels it is, as it happened. Got a pastel one coming up in the parrot. I've also got a dear little baby Highland cow. Lovely little baby Highland cow. He's so fluffy and so cute. And that will be a pastel picture as well. So there's a few pastels coming up. And I'm just thinking, why do I want to focus the channel on one thing when I enjoy all the things? So that's what I'm going to do. I'll be doing a bit of pastel, a bit of watercolour, a bit of acrylic, possibly a bit of oil, pencils. And, you know, if it's not something you're interested in, maybe the next one will be. But yeah, it seems silly just to just do one medium when I enjoy them all. So anyway, that's a bit of a ramble over, and I will see you all again very, very soon with Kevin the parrot. And let me know what you thought of the lovebirds. It was a very impromptu lovebirds painting that I did a couple of days ago, that went up yesterday or the day before, I believe. I can't remember now. But that was a lovely watercolour of a couple of lovebirds sitting on a birdhouse with some florals and things like that. Very last minute, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it because it was a bit spontaneous. Anyway, as per usual, provided the free line art below the painting. I'm determined to keep that free for everybody, which hopefully will be forever. But yeah, grab the free line art. It's a downloadable PDF. There's a reference picture in there as well. And have a go. You don't even have to do it in watercolour. If you want to try pencils, pastels even, acrylic even, you know, that you can do it in whatever you want because the line art is there for you. And if anyone does paint it, let me know, please. Let me know. And I know YouTube have got a new thing coming up where the community posts, where I post, is going to be accessible by you guys. So in the future, hopefully soon, if you do any of my paintings, you'll be able to post a picture and I'll be able to see it. And that's so exciting. So yeah, that's something, isn't it? So anyway, I'm going to take my pastels. I'm going to take my plant baby because I've come in to rescue him as well. I can see him from the kitchen window and he's looking ever so sad. I suppose because of the winter. And he is a cactus of sorts. He's a succulent, but he needs a bit of warmth, I think. So I'm going to take him in and try and rescue him before he dies on me. And I will see you all very soon. If I get any update from the doctor, I will let you all know. But we'll see. We'll see about the hole in my head. It's all good. It's all good. I'm still here. I'm still here. Let me know if you've ever had anything like that weird diagnosis, you know, and how long you're waiting to hear things. And I'm just walking about aimlessly, not knowing what's going on. So we'll see what the doctor says when I question him about the hole in my brain. Who knows? But until then, I'll keep you updated and I will see you all soon. Bye.